After my rebirth, my entire family became privy to my innermost thoughts. Should I reveal to mother that her cherished adopted daughter is, in fact, my father's illegitimate
child?
I observed mother grasping the hand of the adopted daughter, only to witness a sudden tremor in her. Perhaps I should refrain from informing second brother that he has been deliberately raised to be inept by father. I saw second brother, engrossed in his games, suddenly find his phone ablaze with heat. If eldest brother were to discover that his injury was orchestrated by father, would it not bring him great sorrow? I beheld eldest brother, confined to a wheelchair, with wisps of smoke rising from his hair. Such a dilemma. If they were to learn that all of father's machinations were merely to secure the hand of his childhood sweetheart, would this family not shatter? I noticed the way my family looked at father. Their gazes had shifted dramatically. 1. It was merely a trivial quarrel with the family's adopted daughter, yet father ruthlessly cast me from the 13th floor window, resulting in my untimely demise. In death, I did not vanish immediately. Instead, I transformed into a wisp of spirit, trailing closely behind father. Thus, I became aware of all his secrets. His union with mother was but a means to ascend the social ladder. In truth, he had long harbored affections for another woman, who bore him a daughter, our adopted sister, Lin Jiao. From the moment he wed mother, he schemed to usurp her family's wealth, aspiring to build a prosperous and harmonious family with his beloved and their precious daughter. Yet, fate took an unexpected turn. I was reborn. I returned to the day father brought Lin Jiao into our home. Jiao, why are you not calling mother? Father urged as he presented Lin Jiao to mother. Lin Jiao trembled, her gaze averted, much like a frightened bird. The skin of her exposed arms bore the marks of lashes. It was this pitiable demeanor that evoked instant sympathy from mother, who subsequently treated her as her own, even more tenderly than she did me, fearing any semblance of neglect. Mother reached out to take Lin Jiao's hand. What should I do? Should I tell mother that Lin Jiao is actually father's illegitimate daughter? I observed mother grasping Lin Jiao's hand, which quivered noticeably. She glanced around and ultimately turned her gaze toward me. I blinked innocently at her. Mother furrowed her brow, suspecting she was experiencing a hallucination. Next, Lin Jiao will throw herself into mother's embrace, weeping in a manner that elicits mother's compassion. In the next moment, I witnessed Lin Jiao leap into mother's arms, sobbing uncontrollably. Did I end my previous life? Mother was deeply moved, embracing Lin Jiao as tears streamed down her face. At this moment, however, she could not summon any tears. Her gaze remained fixed upon me. Nuan Wan, are you speaking? No, not at all, I denied. Then I silently reflected. I must not let mother know of my rebirth. She would surely regard me as a monster. Mother's eyes widened in disbelief, her expression one of utter astonishment. At this juncture, father approached Lin Jiao with a comforting demeanor. Jiao, do not cry. This will be your home from now on. He then turned to me, saying, Nuan Wan, please escort Jiao back to her room.
All right.
I acquiesced readily, inwardly musing. Soon, Lin Jiao will tumble down the stairs, claiming I pushed her. As anticipated, Lin Jiao stumbled halfway down the stairs and rolled down. Father rushed over, cradling Lin Jiao in his arms, his voice laced with concern. Jiao, what happened? It's not Lin Wan's fault. I slipped and accidentally fell down the stairs. Lin Jiao lamented, her voice pained. Father immediately turned to me, his tone severe. Nuan Wan, Jiao is now your sister. How could you harbor ill will towards her? Have we spoiled you to the point that you would commit such misdeeds? Mother approached, clearly less agitated than father. Upon seeing mother, Lin Jiao quickly interjected. Mother, please do not reprimand Nuan Wan. I understand. She is merely struggling to accept my presence, given that she was the only daughter in the family before that I can empathize. In my previous life, Lin Jiao had successfully instilled a prejudice against me and mother, convincing her that I lacked compassion. Subsequently, Lin Jiao escalated her slanders, leading to mother's growing disappointment in me, culminating in her exclusive favoritism towards her. This time, I thought, alas, I am fated to face the ire of my parents once more. No matter my explanations, they would not heed my words. Perhaps it is best to remain silent. I perceived the gaze of mother upon me, tinged with guilt and sorrow. And the next instant smack. With a resounding strike, mother's hand landed harshly on Lin Jiao's face, leaving her momentarily stunned. 2. I found my father standing there, momentarily taken aback. My mother, in a fit of anger, exclaimed, I saw it clearly just now. You fell on your own. How dare you slander Nuan Wan? No wonder you were returned after being adopted. There must be something detestable about such a pitiful person. The decision to adopt Lin Jiao Jiao was undoubtedly my father's. He had claimed that while doing charitable work at the orphanage, he encountered a little girl who was utterly pitiable, previously adopted, yet abused by her adoptive family. Unable to bear the thought, he wished to bring her home, reasoning that with only me as his daughter, she could also keep me company. My mother, unable to withstand my father's relentless persuasion, eventually acquiesced. My father had prepared everything for Lin Jiao Jiao, but unexpectedly, the truth was revealed on the very first day. Just moments ago, he had deliberately positioned himself in front of my mother, evidently concerned she might uncover the reality. Lin Jiao Jiao stammered, clearly frightened by my mother's fury. Seeking refuge in my father's defense, he hastily explained, Jiao Jiao has been abused, leading to a lack of security. She may have developed some misconceptions. It's all a misunderstanding. You mustn't be so harsh. You might frighten the child. My mother was on the verge of exposing my father's scheme when she suddenly heard my inner thoughts. If I reveal my father's deceit now, he will deny it, and it would only alert him, especially given that he currently holds significant shares in the company. My mother paused, momentarily taken aback. I continued in my mind. My two elder brothers would surely side with my father. He is the indulgent caregiver, while my mother is the strict one. If it escalates, my brothers might very well support him. My mother fell silent, perhaps recognizing the validity in my reasoning. She strove to suppress her anger and addressed both my father and Lin Jiao Jiao. I do not wish for such occurrences to transpire again. Lin Jiao Jiao obediently nodded, appearing as fragile as ever. Wu Sa, take her to her room, my mother commanded directly. Wu Sa promptly led Lin Jiao Jiao upstairs. My father, still eager to explain himself to my mother in hopes of hastening her acceptance and affection for Lin Jiao Jiao, found his efforts thwarted as my mother firmly grasped my hand and walked away without a backward glance. My father stood there, perplexed, watching my mother's retreating figure. Usually, a little coaxing would elicit a warm smile from her, yet now she seemed to dismiss him entirely. I glanced back, unable to suppress a cold smile. He remained blissfully unaware that his fortunate days were numbered. 3. My mother ushered me back to our room, her gaze earnest as she asked, Nuan Wan, tell me, do you know something about your father? I feigned innocence, shaking my head vigorously. I don't know. Yet, internally I thought, I cannot disclose anything, it would only disappoint her. In my previous life, upon discovering my father's affair with a woman, when I informed my mother, she accused me of spreading rumors at such a tender age. She even claimed I lacked compassion, suggesting I was merely jealous of my father's affection for Jiao Jiao, stirring up trouble unnecessarily. I feared losing my mother's love. I saw her eyes welling with tears, filled with sorrow and guilt. She said, Nuan Wan, you are my daughter. You are the one I love most in this life. I love you the most too, Mom, I replied, deeply moved, and threw myself into her embrace. She no longer pressed me for further explanations. Yet thereafter, it was evident that my mother grew increasingly distant from both my father and Lin Jiao Jiao. Whenever Lin Jiao Jiao attempted to be amiable towards her, my mother would turn a blind eye. My father's attempts to woo my mother were met with indifference. Even my mother, who usually refrained from frequenting the company, began to do so more often during this period. I noticed both my father and Lin Jiao Jiao growing increasingly anxious. After dinner, they huddled together in a corner, conversing discreetly. Lin Jiao Jiao complained, Dad, you said that woman is easy to please, but no matter what I do, she remains aloof. Why is that? My father replied, I am at a loss as well. She seems like a different person. Perhaps she's approaching menopause, her temper is fraying. Ignore her for now. Tomorrow, your second brother is coming home for winter break. He is rather dim-witted, so win him over first. Understood, Lin Jiao Jiao responded. You must swiftly usurp Song Nuan Wan's position in this household. Once you become the favored one, claiming this family's fortune will be effortless, and we can then bring your mother to enjoy a life of luxury. My father instructed. Rest assured, Dad, Song Nuan Wan, the sheltered fool, will never be my rival. I will soon win the affection of the entire family. Lin Jiao Jiao was confident. Indeed. In my previous life, I had been completely unsuspecting of Lin Jiao Jiao's schemes. Under my father's indoctrination, I had regarded her as a sister. Yet she had constantly plotted against me, framing me as selfish, until ultimately, she was the sole recipient of my father's affection. But this time, her fate would be far less fortunate. The following afternoon, my second brother returned home for winter break. He was a hefty lad, weighing around 200 pounds, who never exercised and indulged in junk food. His academic performance was abysmal. He spent his days engrossed in video games, attending a university that our family had financially secured for him. To outsiders, my second brother was regarded as a waste of space. My mother had not anticipated such a transformation in him, having devoted excessive energy to my elder brother's education, while my father bore the brunt of my second brother's upbringing. My father often told him that with my elder brother paving the way, he merely needed to enjoy the carefree life of a wealthy heir. Gradually, my second brother lost all ambition, simply coasting through life. Second brother, Lin Jiao Jiao, was the first to approach him. She leaned in close, whispering in his ear, "I heard Dad say that your favorite snacks are potato chips, fried chicken, spicy strips, and instant noodles. I've already stocked your room with them, along with your favorite soda. Just don't tell Mom, okay?" I noticed the gleam of surprise in my second brother's eyes. My mother prohibited such items in our household, often inspecting his belongings upon his return home, preventing him from enjoying these treats. Previously, it had been my father sneaking them to him. Now, it was Lin Jiao Jiao stepping into that role. I could clearly see my second brother developing a fondness for Lin Jiao Jiao almost instantly, until he heard my inner thoughts. For, observing my second brother and Lin Jiao Jiao's budding camaraderie, I pouted, thinking, he is already so overweight. Does he truly intend to live as a sloth forever, consuming junk food? I witnessed the delighted grin on my second brother's face suddenly freeze. He turned, locking eyes with me, glaring intently. Even a 3-year-old understands that excessive junk food is detrimental. Has he never pondered why our father and Lin Jiao Jiao would offer him such things? "What are you saying?" my second brother demanded angrily. "I haven't said anything at all," I replied, feigning innocence. He seemed perplexed, for he hadn't seen my lips move. Yet, in the next moment, he heard my voice. It's best not to inform him. He has been deliberately raised to be incompetent by our father. My second brother's gaze was now filled with shock. I continued in my thoughts. However, if he continues indulging in junk food, he could develop esophageal cancer and end up as nothing but skin and bones at his demise. My second brother's eyes widened in disbelief as he stared at me. I turned and walked away, contemplating. Let him grow close to my father and Lin Jiao Jiao. Since her arrival, he no longer cares for me. "Nuan Wan," my second brother called out to me. I turned back. "What is it, second brother?" "You." He hesitated, perhaps wondering if he was hallucinating for a fleeting moment. He finally said, "I brought you a gift." Before Lin Jiao Jiao's arrival in this household, I had been the cherished one. Everyone in the household dotes on me, including my rebellious second brother. I sauntered over slowly. He handed me a figurine and asked, "Do you like it?" I nodded, though my enthusiasm was lacking. Inwardly, I mused, he is treating me so well now. But it won't be long before his affections are solely reserved for Lin Jiao Jiao, and eventually, even this figurine will be snatched away by her.
"How could that be?"
"This is a gift from your second brother," he began. Suddenly, Lin Jiao Jiao interjected, "Wow, it's so beautiful. I've never seen such an exquisite figurine. It looks so lifelike." My second brother cast a displeased glance at Lin Jiao Jiao. With envy etched on her face, she continued, "Nuan Wan, you are so lucky. Your second brother is so good to you. If only I could have such a gorgeous figurine to sleep with. I would surely be the happiest little girl in the world." In my previous life, Lin Jiao Jiao had used this innocent and pitiful demeanor to persuade my second brother to generously allow me to give her the figurine, promising to buy me another one as compensation later. In truth, after I gave it to her, my second brother never bought me another. All his affection for me was stolen away by Lin Jiao Jiao. At that moment, without waiting for my brother to speak, I directly handed the figurine to Lin Jiao Jiao, saying, "If you like it, take it." I thought, regardless, if I don't offer it, my brother will surely urge me to give it to her. I do not wish to place him in a difficult position. Lin Jiao Jiao's face lit up with joy. "Really? Thank you, Nuan Wan." In that instant, I resigned myself to the thought, Lin Jiao Jiao will deliberately drop the figurine and then falsely accuse me of breaking it.
Just as in my past life.
As soon as I released my grip on the figurine, it fell to the ground, shattering with a sound akin to broken porcelain. Accompanying this was Lin Jiao Jiao's wailing. "Such a beautiful figurine. How could it break? I've dreamed of having it since I was a child." She cried while accusing me. "Nuan Wan, even if you didn't want to give it to me, you shouldn't have broken it." Immediately, she turned to my brother, saying, "Second brother, please don't blame Nuan Wan. She must have been careless." "Why would I blame Nuan Wan?" My brother responded, bewildered, his gaze toward Lin Jiaojiao tinged with disdain. Lin Jiaojiao, embarrassed and perplexed, pondered why my brother was not scolding me, as she had anticipated. To her surprise, he retorted, leaving her prepared lines unspoken. It's your fault for not catching the figurine. If anyone is to blame, it's you, not Nuan Wan. Yes, yes. It was Nuan Wan who handed it to me and deliberately threw it on the ground, Lin Jiaojia mumbled, quickly adding, it's all right. I want to hold it against her. You still want to hold it against her? What right do you have to be indignant? You made a mistake. And instead of showing remorse, you sow discord. What are your intentions? My brother's voice rose sharply. Lin Jiaojiao's face flushed under his words. Who invited you to my home? Leave. Go back where you came from. You are not welcome here. With that, my brother moved to pull Lin Jiaojiao away. She was startled and began to cry loudly. My father, who had initially intended to give Lin Jiaojiao ample space to win over my brother, was not in the living room at the time, and my mother was still at work. At that moment, hearing the commotion, my father rushed out. What's going on? Song Yang Yang, how can you treat your sister this way? My father admonished. My brother shouted at my father, she's not my sister. Nuan Wan is my only sister. You brought her here, so take her away immediately. What nonsense are you talking? Jiao Jiao has become a part of our family since she came here. How can you be so inconsiderate at your age? My father reprimanded, pulling Lin Jiao Jiao closer. Your sister even prepared snacks for you, taking the risk of being discovered by your mother, and you show no gratitude. As my father mentioned the snacks, I noticed my brother's anger boiling over. He seemed ready to argue with my father when suddenly I heard my own thoughts. If I were my brother, I wouldn't argue with Dad. It would be pointless to do so. Dad brought Lin Jiaojiao home to seize our family fortune. My brother should strive to improve himself, ultimately catching my father off guard. My brother hesitated, swallowing the words that were on the tip of his tongue. He simply stated, in any case, I only have one sister, and that's Nuan Wan. With that, he took my hand and led me away, leaving my father and Lin Jiaojiao exchanging bewildered glances, struggling to comprehend why our entire family had suddenly grown wise. Why could they no longer deceive us? Upon returning to my brother's room, he angrily threw away all the snacks Lin Jiaojiao had prepared. As if struck by a new thought, he also uninstalled the games from his phone. After completing these tasks, he suddenly looked at me and asked seriously, Nuan Wan, have I ever disappointed you? I quickly shook my head, encouraging him. No, I know you are the best. Second brother. I also silently added. My brother was merely deceived by Dad. I know he is intelligent and will undoubtedly become an outstanding individual in the future. My brother smiled, appearing somewhat moved. He said, Nuan Wan, I will strive to become an excellent person from now on and will not allow anyone to bully you, all right? I believe in you. Second brother, I nodded earnestly. The first thing my brother did upon returning home was to undergo a comprehensive medical examination and hire a personal trainer to devise a weight loss plan. Besides losing weight, he picked up his books again, hired a tutor, and began to catch up on his studies from elementary school. He dedicated the entire winter break to studying and losing weight, leaving both my father and Lin Jiaojiao astonished. They could not fathom why, despite doing nothing, my mother and brother had changed since Lin Jiaojiao came into our home. My mother, who had previously refrained from going to the office, had entrusted all company matters to my father. My father was on the verge of winning the hearts of the company's personnel, becoming the true power holder. Yet, when my mother returned to the office, those previously indecisive shareholders and executives completely lost faith in my father. My father was furious. I overheard him speaking to Lin Jiaojiao again, this time with evident dissatisfaction. What's wrong with you? Didn't I tell you to come back and win over the family? How did you manage to make such a mess instead? This is straying further from my plans. How can I enjoy life here with your mother? My father's voice carried a tone of reproach. I don't know. I did everything you taught me, but they just don't trust me, Lin Jiaojiao replied, tears welling in her eyes. My father himself was uncertain where things had gone awry. Growing agitated, he resigned himself to the situation. Your elder brother will be home for the new year soon. He trusts me the most and is most grateful to me. Don't worry about anyone else. They are all inconsequential. Your elder brother is the designated heir of this family. Yes, this time I will make sure to perform well. I will definitely make elder brother like me, Lin Jiaojiao vowed, though deep down, she likely felt some resentment. She believed she was superior to me in every way, more adept at reading people and showcasing herself. How could she fail to win the affection of the entire family? In my previous life, As I was thrown off the rooftop by my father, she had arrogantly mocked me, claiming that with just one finger, she could leave me with nothing. After my accidental fall that led to my death, my mother and 2 brothers were indeed saddened, but it didn't take long before they were enchanted by Lin Jiaojiao's sweet words. Soon after, they were all obliterated by my father and Lin Jiaojiao. Reflecting on the events of my previous life, I gritted my teeth. This time, it is my father and Lin Jiaojiao who are destined to face retribution. A week before the Lunar New Year, my elder brother returned home from abroad where he had been recuperating. 6 months prior, he had suffered a grave car accident when his vehicle suddenly lost its brakes. On that fateful day, my mother and I were traveling overseas. While my second brother was engrossed in video games at home, it was my father who rushed to rescue my elder brother first. It is said that the rain was torrential, causing the roads to collapse, which delayed the ambulance's arrival at the scene. My father carried my brother on his back for several kilometers before finally getting him to the ambulance, and the entire ordeal was captured by passers-by. Everyone extolled the magnificence of paternal love, and our family grew even fonder of my father. Yet the truth remains that the accident was orchestrated by my father. As my elder brother is the heir to the family fortune, and my father wished to hasten his demise. Should my elder brother perish, my second brother, being ineffectual, would leave only me as the last option. In my father's eyes, I am easily manageable. He could simply bring Lin Jiaojiao into the home to take my place. Consequently, the family estate would seamlessly fall into their hands. Unexpectedly, however, my brother did not die at the scene. My father had initially intended to let him succumb, but was compelled to play the role of the grieving father when it was caught on camera. My brother was rushed to the hospital, where he ultimately survived but was left with disabilities in both legs. My father suggested that he continue his treatment abroad, claiming that the medical facilities there were more advanced and would facilitate my brother's recovery. He even took the initiative to arrange for my brother to receive care at a prestigious private hospital. The outcome was predictable. After 6 months, my brother's condition showed no signs of improvement. "Brother, you're finally back. I've been longing to see you," Lin Jiaojiao exclaimed, fluttering toward my elder brother with the exuberance of a butterfly. "Father has often spoken of you, describing you as mature, composed, and strikingly handsome. Meeting you in person is even more delightful. You are even younger and more attractive than I imagined." My brother, now lacking confidence and somewhat withdrawn due to his disabilities, had become reclusive. For a while, my mother and I frequently flew abroad to visit him, but he would invariably send us away, preferring only the company of our father. Eventually, we ceased our visits altogether. Now, Lin Jiaojiao's overt enthusiasm clearly made my brother uncomfortable, yet he seemed unable to resist her fervor. Her eyes sparkled with joy at seeing him. "Brother, are you tired from your long flight? May I give you a back massage?" With that, she eagerly began to massage his back, continuously asking, "Brother, how does that feel? I learned massage techniques specifically for you. I was taught how to massage your legs to aid circulation, and when you return, I can give you daily massages if you like." I observed my brother's discomfort, but he ultimately accepted her advances with a reluctant smile. I found myself devoid of any sentiment at that moment. Let Lin Jiaojiao bask in her glory for now. As the saying goes, the higher one climbs, the harder one falls. Without offering them a taste of sweetness, how could I ever compel them to desperation? Soon after, Lin Jiaojiao adeptly ingratiated herself with my brother. Originally plagued by self-doubt, she blossomed like a peacock displaying its feathers upon receiving his acceptance, becoming animated within the household. My father, too, was pleased. After years of dedicated nurturing, how could his daughter prove to be of no use? Surely, she could not be inferior to me. Thus, they began to unveil their grand strategy. Lin Jiaojiao's 15th birthday was set to be celebrated 2 days before the New Year. My father busied himself in arranging a lavish birthday party for her at home, inviting all relatives and friends, effectively introducing her to the family. My mother disapproved. She harbored no goodwill towards Lin Jiaojiao and even felt a deep-seated resentment. After all, no one would willingly support their husband's illegitimate daughter. To avoid raising suspicions, my mother endured the situation. However, she chose not to partake in the preparations for Lin Jiaojiao's birthday, leaving everything to my father so that she could remain unbothered. Naturally, my father was more than willing, having put considerable effort into the festivities. On the day of the celebration, our home was bustling with guests. He had invited nearly all the essential relatives and friends to honor Lin Jiaojiao. The spacious villa was alive with excitement. Lin Jiaojiao, clad in a lovely pink dress, stayed close to my father, who warmly introduced her to everyone. Unable to bear it any longer, my mother feigned an excuse and retreated to her room. My second brother, on the other hand, remained upstairs, claiming he needed to study. Only my elder brother, who had avoided socializing since the accident, made an appearance in the hall for Lin Jiao's sake. After accompanying my father around the room, Lin Jiao found me at the dessert station, indulging in sweet treats. With a bright smile, she said, "Nuan Wan, this bracelet is a gift from my brother. I heard it's quite expensive and I adore it. Do you think it looks good on me?" She twirled in front of me, deliberately flaunting it. This was her familiar tactic from the past, designed to escalate my animosity towards her while casting herself as the pitiful one. Previously, I had fallen into her trap, leading to family members and guests alike reprimanding me for my lack of understanding. This time, however, I had no intention of engaging with her. I merely replied, "It's lovely, and it suits you well. Are you feeling jealous?" Lin Jiao probed, noticing I was unmoved. "Not at all," I responded generously. "My brother has gifted me many beautiful dresses in the past. Today is your birthday, and he bought you one. There's no reason for jealousy. I thought you might be upset. I heard you were once very close to him. Recently, he has been spending more time with me to help me adjust to this family, and I feared it would bother you. Fortunately, it hasn't. I misjudged you. You aren't as dependent on him as I thought." Just then, my brother wheeled himself over. I had no idea what Lin Jiao had been saying to him in the past few days, but it was evident that he had developed a protective instinct towards her. Seeing us together, he approached, clearly concerned that I might be bullying her. Lin Jiao, of course, noticed this and aimed her words deliberately at my brother, wanting to convey that my feelings for him were not as profound as hers. "Isn't it what Dad said? You're new to this family and unfamiliar with everything, so we should take care of you. Should I, like you, take advantage of the situation and monopolize my brother?" I asked her, feigning confusion. Lin Jiao, momentarily flustered by my response, quickly regained composure and countered. "Are you accusing me of monopolizing my brother? But you just said you didn't mind." And with that, tears cascaded down her cheeks as if they were free-flowing. Anyone unaware of the situation might think I had wronged her. My brother, witnessing her distress, inquired in a hushed tone, "What's wrong?" Nothing. Lin Jiao said pitifully, "I promise to be more mindful in the future. Nuan Wan, please don't be angry. I came to this family to join you, not to disrupt your lives." Even hearing it for the second time, I couldn't help but laugh. How shameless could she be to utter such audacious words? Nuan Wan. My brother, noticing my smirk, grew increasingly dark in expression. Without seeking context, he sided with Lin Jiao. Jiao is new to this family and unfamiliar with everything. Mother and our second brother have been indifferent towards her. As her sister, can't you show her a little more kindness? Does my brother truly believe that I should take care of her? I inquired earnestly. Shouldn't you? My elder brother retorted. You have been spoiled by our family since childhood, lacking any sense of humility. With Jiao's arrival, it is high time for you to learn how to interact with your peers. With that, my brother began to lead Lin Jiao away, leaving me alone in the banquet hall. Despite having experienced this once before in my previous life, a profound sense of discontent still lingered within me. I restrained my impulse, for the true spectacle was yet to unfold. I watched as my brother and Lin Jiao prepared to depart. Just as they had taken a couple of steps, the pink dress that adorned Lin Jiao suddenly tore with a rip. The dress had a long hem that was easily trampled upon. However, I did not tread upon it. It was Lin Jiao who, seizing the moment while my brother was distracted, deliberately stepped on her own garment. The instant my brother turned around, she swiftly concealed her foot and clutched the bodice of her dress, which had sagged due to the tear, presenting an image of utter despair as she couldn't help but exclaim loudly, "Nuan Wan, how could you treat me this way?" The minor incident between Lin Jiao and me had only caught my brother's attention, perhaps also my father's. My father had made extensive preparations for the evening. At that moment, with Lin Jiao's shrill cry, all eyes in the hall turned towards us. Lin Jiao appeared even more distraught and filled with shame. My brother hastily removed his suit jacket and offered it to her. She took it, looking aggrieved, wrapping it tightly around herself like a frightened little bird, evoking sympathy from those around her. What happened? My father approached, concern etched on his face. I. Lin Jiao stammered, too intimidated by the crowd to articulate her thoughts. Song Hui, what exactly transpired? My father queried my brother. My brother candidly placed the blame squarely on my shoulders. leaving me utterly exposed. Nuan Wan stepped on Jiao Jiao's dress. Nuan Wan, how could you treat your sister in such a manner? It is her birthday today. Can't you temper your jealousy? She has never had a decent birthday in 15 years. A decent birthday? Did you accompany the dog for its birthday every year instead? At that moment, murmurs of gossip began to circulate through the hall. Nuan Wan has truly been spoiled. How could she make Lin Jiao Jiao feel humiliated in public? Regardless, Lin Jiao Jiao has entered this family as their daughter. How could Nuan Wan be so domineering? I heard that Lin Jiao Jiao has had a difficult life. Nuan Wan shows not an ounce of empathy. Everyone was casting aspersions upon me. I could see the satisfaction lurking in my father's and Lin Jiao Jiao's eyes, as if they believed their scheme was about to succeed. I began to convey my thoughts to my brother. It is futile to explain myself now, isn't it? Even my beloved brother believes I deliberately stepped on Lin Jiao Jiao's dress. I noticed my brother pause momentarily, confusion evident on his face, as he seemingly heard my voice without witnessing my lips move. I continued. In truth, being wronged is of little consequence. But I desperately wish for my brother to remain oblivious to my father's deceit. If he were to learn that his leg was injured due to my father's machinations, would he not be heartbroken? He loves our father dearly. I do not want my brother to be sad. My brother, seated in his wheelchair, suddenly displayed a drastic change in demeanor. His hands gripped the arms of the chair tightly, his body trembling with rage. Lin Jiao Jiao, positioned close to him, immediately sensed the shift in his emotions and almost smiled, mistakenly believing that he was defending her and that he was angry with me. Sensing an opportunity, Lin Jiao Jiao promptly declared, Nuan Wan, if you dislike me so much, I shall leave this family. Being here, enjoying the happiness of the past month, with a father, mother, brother, and sister, has made me feel so fortunate. I dare not ask for more, nor do I wish to see you unhappy. If you are unhappy, no matter how much I cherish this family, I shall find no joy. Her heartfelt words instantaneously moved everyone present. Relatives and friends began to reprimand me anew. Nuan Wan, this is your immaturity. Jiao Jiao cares for you. Why can't you get along with her? Listen to your aunt, apologize to Jiao Jiao. Do not be so willful. Jiao Jiao's heart is so kind. Having such a sister is a blessing for you. Hurry and apologize. Do not hurt her feelings. Seeing the crowd rallying to her side boosted Lin Jiao Jiao's confidence. Please do not make things difficult for Nuan Wan. I do not want her to be sad. In this family. She paused, appearing somewhat melancholic, before continuing. I was originally adopted. I never belonged to this family. If Nuan Wan does not like me, then I should leave. Since I brought you into this home, you belong here. My father asserted firmly, echoing Lin Jiao Jiao's sentiments. I have nothing that belongs to this family, Lin Jiao Jiao lamented. I have contributed nothing. How can you be so lacking in self-confidence? My father replied, exasperated. Father, please take me back to the orphanage tonight. That is where I truly belong. How can I prove to you that you hold a place of significance and status in our family? How can I make you feel that we all welcome you? My father appeared anxious, desperate to keep Lin Jiao Jiao but at a loss for a better solution, akin to an ant on a hot stove. Had I not experienced this once before, I might have been deceived again. My father could easily have pursued a career as an actor. Over the past decade, he has played his role in the Song family with remarkable finesse. In truth, my father is not my biological parent. My real father passed away in an accident less than a year after my birth, and my father is merely a junior manager for my mother's company. Upon learning of my mother's widowhood, he fervently pursued her. My mother had never considered him before, as her feelings for my biological father ran deep. However, she could not resist his attentiveness towards me and my two brothers. When I was 3, I fell gravely ill with a high fever. My mother, who had been single-handedly managing the company after my biological father's death, was unable to leave due to pressing business matters. That night, it was my father who volunteered to take me to the hospital. When my mother finally arrived at the hospital, she found my father asleep in a chair by my bedside, cradling me in his arms. For 2 whole years, my mother remained unmoved. Ultimately, however, she was swayed by my father's devotion, supported by relatives who urged her to accept him. Eventually, my mother let her guard down and married my father. During the wedding, he publicly vowed to love her for a lifetime, to care for me, my 2 brothers, and her eternally, promising that he would have no other children apart from us. My father has kept his word. For over a decade, he and my mother have not had any more children. There was a time when my mother contemplated having another child for my father, believing our family could comfortably accommodate more. However, my father insisted that 3 children were sufficient, expressing deep contentment. Seeing his determination, my mother did not press the issue further, and her feelings for him only deepened. Eventually, both my brothers and I began to call him father. In the eyes of outsiders, my father appears infatuated and noble. Little do they know, all of this is merely a web of his cunning schemes. His reluctance to have children with my mother stems from the fact that he already has a daughter with his childhood sweetheart, and he wishes to sever any ties with my mother through offspring. From the very beginning, he harbored intentions of orchestrating our family's ruin. In my previous life, he indeed succeeded. He seized my mother's company and drove her to the brink of despair, leading her to leap from a building. He abandoned my elder brother to fend for himself abroad with a disability, and he callously watched as my second brother succumbed to illness. He even pushed me off the rooftop, ensuring I met a tragic end. He paraded around with his childhood sweetheart and his precious daughter Lin Jiaojiao, shamelessly enjoying the spoils of the Song family's legacy. At this moment, someone in the hall suddenly exclaimed, "Isn't this simple? Lin Jiaojiao feels insecure in this household. You must provide her with reassurance. If you grant her shares in the Song group, who could possibly claim she isn't a member of the Song family?" Although the speaker was a relative from my mother's side, he had long been swayed by my father. This approach was reminiscent of a past success my father had achieved. Years ago, he had coerced my mother into sharing the burdens of the company by elevating her to a senior management position, only to be met with disdain due to his incompetence. In a fit of anger, my mother had awarded him 20% of the shares.
Now,
my father sought to employ the same underhanded tactics again. "I cannot accept this. I cannot accept this," Lin Jiaojiao quickly protested, putting on an act of concern and grievance. In my previous life, these shares were bestowed upon Lin Jiaojiao by my mother, who, feeling pity for her, granted her 10%. At that time, my mother possessed only 30%, leaving her with a mere 20% after giving to Lin Jiaojiao. The remaining shares were split between my elder brother and my father, with the rest distributed among various external shareholders. My father exploited his 20% and Lin Jiaojiao's 10%, secretly acquiring additional shares from other stakeholders and orchestrating a scheme that compelled my brother to relinquish 10%, ultimately making him the largest shareholder of the Song group. This time, my mother was absent. I noticed my father's gaze shifting towards my elder brother. He said, "Song Hui, I have never asked you for anything. You understand that the shares I hold are to alleviate your mother's burdens at work. Since you are currently recuperating and not required to work, you should give 10% to Lin Jiaojiao, and I will find a way to compensate you later." My father spoke as if it were a matter of course, fully expecting my brother to comply. How could he refuse? Just moments ago, my brother had publicly humiliated me to defend Lin Jiaojiao. By granting shares to Lin Jiaojiao, he would be delivering a harsh lesson to me. He believed my brother would not dare to decline. Yet, he failed to notice that my mother and my second brother had descended the stairs. Perhaps a servant had informed them. My mother and my second brother rushed down, concerned for my welfare. In that moment, the entire family heard my silent thoughts. If my brother gives shares to Lin Jiaojiao, it will bring my father one step closer to seizing our family's fortune. In truth, my brother's leg is not beyond healing. My father never truly invested in his recovery, deliberately arranging for him to see subpar doctors abroad. How contradictory it is. If they were to learn that my father's actions were solely to marry his childhood sweetheart, would this family not shatter? I observed the transformation in my family's expressions towards my father. They turned resolute. My elder brother was seething with rage. Meanwhile, Lin Jiaojiao continued to feign reluctance, pouting in front of my brother. "Dad, I can't possibly accept my brother's shares." "Brother, don't listen to Dad. I wouldn't be so unreasonable." As she spoke, she reached out to grasp my brother's arm, attempting to charm him with her antics. However, the moment she touched him, a loud thud echoed as she was forcefully shoved to the ground, rendering everyone speechless, including Lin Jiaojiao, who momentarily forgot to cry out in pain. My father was the first to react, incredulous. "Song Hui, what are you doing? How could you treat Jiaojiao this way? Have you lost your mind?" "Ha," my brother scoffed, his eyes burning with animosity towards my father, wishing nothing more than to see him suffer. In my previous life after my death, I had lingered as a spirit beside my father, and upon learning the truth, I had wished to do him harm. Yet I was powerless. I forced myself to remain calm, thinking, my brother currently lacks evidence to accuse my father. No one would believe him, and would instead think our family was bullying Lin Jiaojiao. Because of my father and Lin Jiaojiao, Our family has been subjected to public scorn, which is not worth it. There are security cameras in the house. A review of the footage would reveal whether Lin Jiaojiao was indeed wronged. I watched as my brother struggled to contain himself. My father continued to berate him for the change in his demeanor since the accident, and others found his words reasonable, aligning themselves with my father. It was not until my brother commanded, "Aunt Wu, pull up the surveillance footage from the hall," that the atmosphere shifted. Upon hearing the mention of surveillance, Lin Jiaojiao's composure shattered. She anxiously glanced at my father, who also appeared flustered. "What do you need the footage for?"
he questioned.
My brother ignored him. My father bellowed at Aunt Wu, "There's no need to review the footage. This household is under my authority." My mother interjected, her voice commanding and chilling. "Aunt Wu, review the footage."
Yes.
Lin Jiaojiao, sensing the tide turning against her, hastily scrambled to her feet. "If my brother doesn't want me here and the whole family rejects me, then I'll leave. I will leave. Nobody is permitted to leave until my sister's innocence is proven." My brother rebuked. Despite his current disability, he was still the heir groomed by my mother, emanating an imposing presence that rivaled hers. A mere accident had momentarily brought him low, but he would not be cowed. Lin Jiaojiao fell silent. My father attempted to interject several times, but ultimately remained silent. The footage was displayed, and everyone clearly witnessed Lin Jiaojiao deliberately damaging her own dress, then falsely accusing me. The public opinion shifted dramatically. Lin Jiaojiao, in that moment, was not drowned in a flood of condemnation but was instead humiliated to the core. "Remove her from here," my mother commanded without hesitation. "I never wish to see her again." "No, I won't go," Lin Jiaojiao protested, unable to bear the thought of being sent away. She had just begun to enjoy the comforts of this lavish home and the status of a Song family heiress. She was unwilling to relinquish it. It must be noted that over the years, my father had refrained from providing Lin Jiaojiao and her mother with lavish gifts, fearing exposure of his ulterior motives. The life Lin Jiaojiao currently enjoyed in our home was vastly different from what she would have experienced with her mother. "I promise I will never do this again. Mom, please give me another chance." Lin Jiaojiao wept uncontrollably. Were it not for everyone witnessing her true nature, she might have successfully deceived them once more. My mother did not even spare her a glance. "Take her away. Do not tarnish this household."
Dad, father.
Lin Jiaojiao turned to my father for help. Yet my father was not foolish. Realizing Lin Jiaojiao was of no further use to him, he swiftly distanced himself from her. "I never anticipated you to be this kind of person. I misjudged you. I will ensure you are sent away immediately." He then addressed my mother. "I truly didn't foresee her talent for deception. I will have her out of here at once. Please do not be angry." My mother offered a slight smile. To her, my father resembled a mere clown. My father, believing my mother was merely upset, had not considered the gravity of the situation as he dragged Lin Jiaojiao away. Though he cherished his childhood sweetheart and his own flesh and blood, he valued money above all else, for otherwise he would not have forsaken his wife and children for financial gain. Thus, after Lin Jiaojiao's expulsion, she would not find herself in favorable circumstances. My father will undoubtedly place all the blame squarely on Lin Jiaojiao. Yet for our family this is of little consequence. What truly matters is devising a way to render my father destitute, ensuring he faces the consequences of his actions. After my father sent Lin Jiaojiao away, his first act upon returning was to publicly apologize to our family in front of all the guests. He appeared deeply remorseful and feigned innocence, claiming he had no idea Lin Jiaojiao was such a person and that he too had been deceived by her. He expressed how much he had cared for her, stating that his feelings had been profoundly hurt. My mother bluntly remarked, "The one most hurt is Nuan Wan. She was almost wrongfully accused by Lin Jiaojiao." My father quickly nodded in agreement. Yes, Nuan Wan is the most hurt. It is my fault. Can I apologize to you, dear? I promise I shall never again show such weakness as to adopt another child. You are my only daughter. I felt a wave of nausea, but suppressed it. My mother interjected, "Given the harm caused, mere words of comfort lack sincerity. You ought to provide tangible compensation." Then Nuan Wan, tell your father what you desire. I shall fulfill any wish you have, he said earnestly. Anything? I innocently inquired. Of course, when have I ever failed to keep my word? He assured me, believing he could placate me with a mere piece of candy, as he had done in the past. I want the shares of the song group that you hold, I stated plainly. I could see a visible change in my father's expression. After a prolonged pause, he stammered, You are only 14. Shares are impractical for you. But father, you just said you were going to give shares to Lin Jiaojiao. Am I not more important to you than she is? I asked, feigning hurt. Is Lin Jiao Jiao your biological daughter? This statement visibly startled my father. How could that be? You are my only daughter. Then why are you willing to give shares to Lin Jiao Jiao but not to me? I need my shares to support your mother in the company. No need. My mother replied, Song Hui has already agreed to work at the company. Song Hui is not capable, my father dismissed, convinced my elder brother would remain perpetually listless. As the eldest son, it is my duty to assume responsibility for the family, my brother asserted firmly. My father clenched his teeth, clearly reluctant, but unable to find a reason to refuse. Can you give me the shares now? You just promised to fulfill my wishes, I implored, gazing at him eagerly. With so many guests present, should he decline, he would lose face. He gritted his teeth. He did not dare to sever ties with them. In his mind, tearing apart the relationship would reduce his holdings to a mere 20%, while maintaining the facade might allow for a potential turnaround. After years of effort to reach this point, how could he relent? Fine, he conceded reluctantly. I joyously exclaimed, So you will give me all your shares? 10% is sufficient. I just gave your brother the same amount for Lin Jiao Jiao, he haggled. In your eyes. Should I not be more important than Lin Jiao Jiao? I said, wounded. My father fell silent, clearly unwilling. My mother bluntly stated, When you took my shares, you assured me they would be for our children. Now, it is simply an early compensation to Nuan Wan for her hurt feelings, and you are unwilling? My father found himself cornered, unable to maintain his facade in front of our relatives and friends. His previous image as a good man hung in the balance. If he preserved his image, all his years of planning would be in vain. Yet if he did not, he would be left with only 20%.
He would not be satisfied with that.
My mother did not rush him, granting him time to ponder. After all, it was not her embarrassment at stake. Beads of sweat trickled down my father's forehead as whispers began to circulate among the onlookers. Who is truly selfless in this world? He spoke too grandly before, and now it feels like a slap in the face. If he genuinely regarded his children as his own, would he really care about the share? He is still selfish. Everyone is selfish. Before such a large gathering, my father ultimately could not afford to lose face. I glimpsed a flicker of fierce determination in his eyes, but it vanished as he suddenly adopted a magnanimous demeanor, declaring, How could I possibly be unwilling? When I took these shares, I stated they were to be held for my children. I was merely contemplating whether to give Yang Yang 10%, but since Song Hui and Nuan Wan have shares, Yang Yang must not be left out. I don't want it. Just give it to Nuan Wan, Song Yang Yang flatly refused. Everyone understood his intentions. He believed my second brother was the easiest to manipulate. The diligence my second brother was showcasing now was merely a facade, unlikely to endure. Since Yang Yang does not want it, then I shall give it to Nuan Wan, my father said, seizing the opportunity. Thank you, father, I accepted with delight. My mother wasted no time and promptly summoned the company lawyer to draft the share transfer agreement. My father could hardly comprehend that his initial plan to enlist Lin Jiao Jiao's assistance had backfired, resulting in a loss of both his ally and his assets, leaving him regretful. Yet for our family this was merely a beginning. In the past, we had suffered ruin due to his actions. In this life, we would ensure he faced double the retribution. Subsequently, our family returned to normalcy, but it was evident that my father was growing increasingly anxious. Without his shares, he had lost control over the company. My mother and elder brother resumed their jobs, and my elder brother even found time for self-care. My second brother immersed himself in fitness and studies, while I remained the cherished darling of our household. Our family thrived, moving in a direction contrary to my father's desires. Finally, he could no longer contain himself. He feigned a family emergency and departed for our hometown, only to secretly rent a car that evening and drive back to the villa. Under the cover of night, while we all slept, he set fire to our home. It was around 3 a.m, and no one in the vicinity noticed. By the time the property management discovered the blaze, the fire had engulfed the entire villa. The firefighters battled through the night to extinguish the flames. My father received the news the following day and returned, collapsing to the ground, sobbing uncontrollably. Onlookers were moved, rushing to comfort him. He appeared oblivious to their presence, utterly devastated. If I had known, I would never have left. If I had known, I would have died with you. What is the point of living alone? His performance was convincing, and no one detected the glint of triumph in his eyes. With our family gone, he was now the sole heir. In that moment of hidden glee, I called out to him, Father. I noticed my father's body tremble slightly. He thought he was imagining things. Dear, my mother called out to him. He turned, trepidation etched across his face. Upon seeing our family standing unharmed behind him, he collapsed in shock. Have you turned into ghosts? We are quite alive, I replied. We went on a sea trip yesterday and just returned. You weren't at home? My father instantly became agitated, barely able to contain his rage. He seemed ready to kill us on the spot. No, I answered, innocently inquiring. Why has our home changed so much? My father's gaze began to flicker as he struggled to maintain his composure. Some days ago, I heard whispers of a night owl. It seems I have installed a few hidden cameras at the entrance. Let me take a look, I said, reaching for my phone to review the surveillance footage. My father was instantly startled. He leaped from the ground and snatched my phone, smashing it violently against the floor. All eyes were upon him. He chuckled nervously. As long as you all are fine, nothing else matters. It's enough that our family is whole. Indeed, our family is whole. But you are no longer a part of it, my mother asserted bluntly. What were you saying, dear? My father's panic was palpable, his facade cracking. My mother continued. Are you not aware of your own actions? I have already handed the evidence to the police. Prepare to face the consequences of your deeds.
What are you talking about?
What are you saying? My father was losing his grip on reality, refusing to acknowledge his transgressions. The video of you setting fire to the villa last night has been submitted to the authorities, my mother stated, her gaze shifting. Look, the police have arrived. Upon seeing the officers, my father took off running. Yet, how could he possibly outmatch the police? Within moments, he was subdued, collapsing to the ground in disgrace. As he was escorted to the police vehicle, he shouted at us. How did you find out? How could you have discovered it? I was so meticulous. He could not fathom where he had gone awry. He could not accept that his years of enduring humiliation would culminate in his own downfall. Ultimately, since no casualties occurred, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. After his incarceration, I still went to visit him. Upon seeing me, he was overwhelmed with emotion. Nuan Wan, you still love your father, don't you? Once I'm released, I'll take you to the amusement park and buy you delicious treats, he said. I do not love you, I interrupted, feeling disgusted. Then why are you here? You wouldn't come if you didn't care, he retorted. I am here to witness your downfall, I replied, a cruel smile curling at the corners of my mouth. Such a smile should not exist on the face of a 15-year-old girl. My father's eyes widened in horror. Who are you? You are not Nuan Wan. How can I not be? I am merely not who you envisioned, I replied, deepening my smile. Father, you must be eager to learn why all your cunning plans ultimately failed, correct?
Why?
He asked, agitated. Because, I said, locking eyes with him. Heaven punishes every wicked soul. Otherwise, how could I have been granted a second chance at life?
You.
My father believed I was mocking him, nearly rising to strike me. Just as he made the move, a guard restrained him. The pain rendered him submissive, begging for mercy. Witnessing his torment brought me a sense of satisfaction. Father, regardless of our blood relation, we are still father and daughter. Allow me to present you with a gift. He looked at me, a glimmer of hope in his eyes. I pronounced clearly, Lin Jiao Jiao is not your biological daughter. When Lin Jiao Jiao returned, my mother conducted a DNA test, discovering there was no father-daughter relationship. However, the photographs of my father in an affair with his childhood sweetheart were captured by the private investigator my mother had hired. Who would have thought all these years you were raising another child? My mother once offered to bear you one, yet you declined. How tragically pitiful. Impossible. Impossible. My father could not believe it, yet his composure was unraveling. Once you are released, seek the truth for yourself. That moment should prove to be quite entertaining. Of course, that would no longer concern me. How brutally he would retaliate against his childhood sweetheart and treat Lin Jiao Jiao was entirely his affair. At worst, I would simply witness another spectacle. As I exited the prison, gazing upon the clear blue sky outside, I smiled in relief. From here on, I shall relish the familial warmth that eluded me in my past life. I sincerely wish for the beauty of this world to forever accompany us. The story concludes here. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and liking to show your support. Until next time, farewell.